Hey, everybody, welcome back. We're here for the final hour of trading today on the big markets. We've got still a down day happening. Looks like the Dow has tried a couple of small little, I don't even want to call them rallies, to be honest. This isn't really happening. It's a down day. We're down 447 points here. And we've been kind of flatlining around this 300 to 500 range, maybe a little more than that, for several hours. We've got a 98-point drop on the S&P 500, and we have a 425-point drop on Nasdaq. The Nasdaq market is down 3.5%. S&P down 2.5%, the Dow down 1.25%. So the Dow is really almost only a third of what the Nasdaq is actually doing. It's close to that. So the Dow would have to be down like 11 or 1,200 points to match the lousy day the Nasdaq is having. So there's a difference here. There's definitely a one going one way and one not coming the other going along. Texas Instruments is down 124 to 166.21. It's been as low today as 164.21 now. It's been hanging around the lower end, but we get these little rallies every once in a while. ATIP down 11 cents to $1.50 now, and that stock has been reluctant to do it, but this is near the low, 149, 684,000 traded on ATIP. Over at Rocket Labs, 576 down 76 cents. Low of the day today, 568, all-time low, 568. 3.9 million volume here. We're 8 cents off of the low so far. Now, SoFi, 598. The low today was 581, and I think that was around 1:30, 1:45 Eastern time. We're now at 598, so we bumped up 17 cents from the low to be down 47 on 38 million. This is not going to be a heavy day of trading on SoFi. It's going to look like an average day of trading, and the stock seems to be inching back to the 6 neighborhood. See how that wants to do over there. Okay, SoFi, get out of there, please. We get the earnings tomorrow night, so thank you very much. Come on. GameStop, 101.74 now at this moment. The low of the day, 99.02. It's been reluctant to go much below 100, considering we're down 12.96 at 101.74. There's a lot of folks who are kind of nibbling on this. We bounced off the low of 99.02 now to this 101.74 range from about 2:30 to now. Volume 2.7 million today. We did reach, it looks like about 103.98, almost 104, just short of around, or just in and around noon hour. It looks like 12:07, and now we're at 101.80. Down 12.90. Twitter down 163 to 48.16. Carvana 647 down to $40. Wow. That is carnage. The low today, 39.24, and that is the low for the last 52 weeks. Today, it was set again on Carvana. AMC right now is off 94 cents to 12.82. The low is 12.62. 31 million volume. Not great. AMC Matterport is at 425.9, down 72 cents. The low today, 421. All-time low, 421. This is 4 cents from its low of all time. Cyxtera up down $1 to 11.06. We got ME down 24 cents to 2.54. It hit the low of 2.50 this morning and is now kind of hovering around that level. That's its low of all time. Spire at 142.5, down 25 cents today. It took a real shot down right off the bat this morning. The first hour and a half, it just went right off. It went down to 142 for the low. It came back with a little tiny rally to 150, now back to 142 again, and this is its low of all time. So we got bargains here. Whether you like them or not, we got bargains. We're down 19 cents on Hycroft Mining. This thing took a shot last week and went for a little stroll there. It kind of went up to like 178, 179 after being in the 135 range and 145 range. It's given all that back and more. It's now down to 134. Low of the day, 131 today on Hycroft Mining. Smart Rent down 30 cents to 405. Low today 391. That was hit. Here around 11:30 this morning, and that is the all-time low for the stock. So it's gone from 391 back to 405. We're still off 31 cents, and Pfizer is off 18 cents. It's trying to come back. Hewlett Packard only down a penny at 37.08, trying to come back. Was a good buy this morning. It's always a good buy. Even down here, it's a good buy. Under $40, it's a deal. Robinhood down 51 cents to 961. Vanek Vectors down 9.95 to 222 a share. Home Depot still holding a gain, 473, 299 bucks. IBM 135.13 down 89 cents. Microsoft down 822 to 266. Apple is off 422 to 153.06. Goldman down only 89 cents now. Back to 312. It got as low as 305, has $7 recovery to 312. Interesting. And even it looks like a couple of minutes ago, the shares were actually in the green. So it looks like they got up to 313. So they were actually up on the day for like just that amount of time and that little amount of money. But that's a big improvement. Cisco still down 13 cents at 49.20. Facebook down $5 to 198. Amazon down $99 to 21.95. The low was 21.79. The high today 22.80. $100 range on the Amazon. Tesla is at 802. It's down $63. Google is down 27 bucks. Bed Bath Beyond down 95 cents to $11.12. BlackBerry off 44 cents. Royal Caribbean down $6.95 a share, almost $7. 62.76 is the low. 62.90 is where she's at. This is near its low of the day, all the way down here, and that's $25 down in a month. Finally took the break that I was kind of calling for here on Royal Caribbean. Norwegian is down. Carnival, they're all down. Target up 18 cents, trying to hang on. We're down 61 cents on JP Morgan. That's recovered a bit. It's right now at 123.11. It got down to 120.50. And then Costco is down 48 cents to 502.88 after being as low as 494. So we've had an $8 recovery on Costco to be only down 48 cents. It's a good recovery. Down, we're up 274 in Walmart. It's been up all day. Walmart has not been part of this downward party. Nvidia down $14 to 172. Disney at 108. Over at American Airlines, we're down 119 a share to 16.64. Netflix down to 174.80, down $6. Moderna up 5.30 to 139.70. So the market has some green here and there, but a lot of red too. 376 is the downdraft right now on the Dow. Down 91 on S&P, 395 point drop on Nasdaq, down 3.2% over there, about triple what the Dow is now, actually. So the Dow really should be off 1,100 points to be matching this Nasdaq performance. Does the Dow know something that Nasdaq doesn't know? Not really. What's probably really happening here is a majority of the Dow Jones Industrials, I mean, they pay a dividend, and as dividend payers, they've got a bit of protection on downside. Some, like against the bonds, the bond players and the hedge funds out there and the pension funds, mutual funds, they're looking for income to carry all the retirees and the investors. Dow 30 Industrials have a dividend, generally speaking, and as long as you're competitive with a 10-year note, you're not necessarily going to get as badly hurt as a stock that's a high growth company but not paying a dividend to the shareholders. In other words, if you don't pay the investors an income to hold the stock, some of these players won't do it. Now, obviously, you guys have figured out, I know how to make an income from my stock. I don't need no stinking dividend. I'll write options on my stock. That's going to give me my income. And don't worry, hedge funds have figured it out too. And so if pension funds, if they hold stock that doesn't pay a dividend, they figured out they too can write options. And you can bet you that these professionals, they've been busy today They've been really busy today, buying back a bunch of calls and realigning their positions because there's been movement here today. So yeah, they've been very busy over there. I doubt that there have been any option players even thinking of going out for lunch and leaving their desks. I mean, they'll run to the bathroom with their phone and do their business and come running back to that myriad of machines, and their assistants are watching every twitch of the market because we have volatility, a lot of volatility today going on. GameStop 101.18, the low today 99.21 it would appear. Let me get that refreshed here. 99.02 was the low today. 110.78 was the high today. So, about $11 range. And we're off $13. We have been down all day on GameStop. We have not been even or ahead on the day whatsoever. It's been a down day the whole time. SoFi now 5.99, trying to break back to 6. Something tells me they might just do that. These shares have been bouncing up a little now. It looks like an 18-cent gain from the low. We were down 63 cents. Now we're down 45. If the shares can break the price of about 607, 610, anything over 610, that would mean the stock has eaten through all of its losses from this morning back to 10 o'clock this morning. And it'll still be down, obviously, 30-something cents, but that was lost in the first 30 minutes. So if the shares can break 610 and go beyond that, it's now chewing on just the first 30 minutes of the day only to try to recover. Earnings are coming out tomorrow night after the bell. So speculators unite. Let's see what happens. All right. Okay. Thank you all for being here. We've got 48 minutes to go until we shut down today. And I hope you guys are doing okay and writing some contracts, making some money. Nick is saying it is so frustrating, Ultra Bruce, this Texas Instrument short. I want to cover it, but below my short price, some entity is just not allowing it to drop. Well, you're 166.18 at this moment in time. You have been as low as 164.61. I think this thing goes in waves, and it's not hitting new highs. It's hitting lower highs. I mean, look at this stock since this is a 1-week chart on your Texas Instruments. That was last week, got a high up there, and it's just been downhill ever since. A 1-month chart on this guy. There was another peak here a ways ago. This peak here was set on, let's see if I can get this to work. That was a 182.86 price, 182, April 21st. So this thing has come off $18 since then. Yeah, I look at this. This is a 6-month chart on Texas Instruments. Sorry for the reflection, kids, but it was up here. This is the $200 neighborhood up here. Then it dropped, had a dead cat bounce to here. It came back, but it's backed off again. And this baby is giving it up, and it's going lower. It's just going to go lower. I don't say it's going to 100 a share. It's right now 166. I can see it going to 150, 55 easily. I could be wrong, but I'll tell you, don't see the technical upside here. This thing is reflecting the markets, and it's a good company. It's a great product, a loyal following, and all that. But they're not leading the market higher. People don't look to Texas Instruments and go, "There's the leader of our market." No, it's just coming along for the ride. Anyway, yeah, it can be frustrating, but you are better off now than you were 4 or 5 days ago, and it's now in your neighborhood again. Now the question is, will we fluctuate between 158, 165, 166 for a while? Then that could be swing city for you. On the other hand, you might cover and run for the hills and never short this thing again. I understand. On the other hand, if you get back out, you get out, and then it pops up into the 168, 172 range. Now you might short it in the 170s and then catch it in the 160s. You might play that game, but I don't know. We'll just be here and keep an eye on it, see what's going on. Okay. What else have we got going? Oh, options nomads. Thank you for hitting that thumbs up button for us. Appreciate that. Number 46. Nick, I got my stink bid filled 315 on GameStop. Made a cool $4,000 on that one. Now, if I can get to cover Texas Instruments, I could make $6,000, giving me a total of 10 if that happens. Doesn't look like it though. Well, you never know. The last hour, this last 40 minutes, we may have a sell-off. Like I said earlier today, we either flatline for a while way down here and we have a recovery, or we flatline the entire way, or we really get more concerned selling coming in here to just speed it up. Right now we're down 332 on the Dow, down 400 on Nasdaq. So that's the deal. There it is. Let's see here. Never planned on being a penny stock guy, but here we are. Nick, I need a drop like Tesla on TXN. Scott, I trade while I poop, just like the pros. I'm right up there with those guys. H. Gregor, in other words, how is IBM fighting off this sell-off? Well, their latest report that came out, their quarterly financials a few weeks ago, were showing signs of income growth, market share growth, a company really adding to its bottom line, and they're buying back some stock. They bumped up their dividend, and the street is expecting even better numbers next quarter than last quarter. So there are institutional holders here who are nibbling this up because they're convinced that this stock is going to show higher earnings. Now it's trading at 22 times earnings right now, and I'm guessing that they're probably thinking that this stock is under 20 times future earnings based on projected earnings coming its way, because they did the spin-off with, what was that called, Kindle or Kindrel or whatever it was, and that was the slow-growing, lethargic part of the company. They spun that off over here, and they kept the high-engine growth end of the company over here, and that's still on the New York Stock Exchange and on the Dow Jones Industrial. The question, of course, is how long will IBM last as part of the Dow Jones 30 once the splits go through for Google and Amazon and so on. We'll find out later. But Apple is definitely a favorite amongst the cloud crowd, and the company has been delivering some better results. So that's why it's not given up. It's not the leader of the downside. It's resistant. BW, so much blood in the H2O. Nasdaq hit a 25% correction on the 6-month and year-to-date chart. Sadly, most growth and SPACs are down 50-70%. Seems way worse than March 2020. Then the Credit Savage is saying, folks, remember, bulls make money, bears are making money, but pigs get slaughtered. Don't get too greedy. Michael, and I'm in growth and SPACs, sad face, says Michael. Credit Savage, Scott, feels like we're trading poop. Scott, yeah, but we're turning crap into cash, just like the alchemists of you are. Mallow is here. Mallow Shark number 56 thumbs ups. Thank you very much. FL, I don't like betting against good, solid stocks. TXN is a fine company with a good history. There might be some weakness in the short term. Yeah, there's that. We're right now down 396 on the Dow, approaching 400 yet again. 166.05 on Texas Instruments, down $1.40. We've got SoFi at 596. We have GameStop $100.78. 13 down 1392. Right at the moment, down 158. So we're coming back to this 100 level again. Michael, I used all my powder averaging down. I'm broke but well positioned now. Sell my house in Upper Marlboro fast. Number 66 thumbs ups. Thank you for the thumbs ups, you guys. 66, 72 of them now. There are 72 thumbs ups on this show already. And I thank you. Not bad for a bad market. I appreciate it. We'll keep on top of this thing. We're not going to stop following all this. I'll tell you, we're watching it closely. If anything, it's been entertaining. Will the Dow have a weak close today, or a sort of a strong close on bargain hunting? Or are the dippers going, we're not there yet. We're just not there yet. I have been getting the impression that we're much closer than we think we might be, possibly. But I also think that we're in the middle, and maybe beyond the middle, towards the end of what's called the Great Rotation. And we've had a lot of high-end, large-funded entities out there shifting their books to reflect higher anticipated prices and interest rates. And so they've picked off higher yielding stocks, dropping lower yielding stocks, and or they're slowly moving money into stocks that have high buybacks, strong buyback potential. But that hasn't stopped stocks from dropping. Even with Apple, for example, we've talked about this a lot. Apple is a company buying up $90 billion worth of their paper, $7.5 billion a month. And you divide a month into 20 trading days, 5 days a week, 4 weeks a month. You know, we got 20 trading days with $7.5 billion that have to be divvied up into this. So that's $375 million a day in stock that is being bought back by the company on average. It's unfathomable money. I mean, $375 million a day is how much stock they're buying on average. Some days way more, some days they don't buy any. 151 was a low today, 151.56. It's right now 152.54. You want to join Apple in buying their stock back, or if you want to join Apple because they believe their prospects are great, they're going to keep buying back their paper. Well, they can't stop it from fluctuating. I mean, you can't do that. This is a $2.46 trillion company. So now you figure out, oh, wow, 90 billion in stock is a lot of stock, but there's $2.4 trillion of stock out there. There you go. 90 billion actually isn't even 5% of the company's stock. And there's an interesting thought. If you took 5% of the stocks, of the shares off the market on Apple, you'd have to buy 120 billion worth of stock because it's a $2.4 trillion company. 1/20th is 120 billion. That would be 10 billion a month they'd have to buy back. They're not like being chintzy. They're buying 7.5 billion of 10 per month that they would be allowed to. So, and this is cash. I mean, it's either cash they have or cash flow they're working on. And wow, I got to say, Jennifer and I, we supported Apple this weekend. By the way, Apple, you're welcome. We went to the Apple store here in Calgary at Chinook Mall, one of two, I believe we have. And Jen picked up herself a brand new keyboard for her brand new iPad. I bought her an iPad at Christmas this year, and today and the other day she bought a brand new keyboard with the cover on top of it. So she just opens the thing up and sets up the keyboard on the table, and she's got like a mini computer right in front of her. Fantastic! So we helped Apple get richer this weekend. And since you're helping me stay on the air, you actually helped Jennifer and I buy that unit. So you all helped Apple in holding its own. But it is down $4.79 today, despite the fact that we only bought the one. We didn't buy like a dozen of them because, well, we only needed one. The good news for Apple in Calgary, it was busy. The store was humming. People everywhere. And yeah, the mood is pretty good in there. So there you go. Anyway, 4.83 on Apple. This is the kind of a stock where you can buy the deep in the money calls for next January, let's say, or March or whatever, and write poor man covered calls against this stock. And you don't have to buy $15,000 worth of shares to get 100 shares. You could probably buy $4 to $5 grand worth of an option. So if you have $15,000, you could buy 100 shares, or you can buy 3 in the money contracts on Apple, which allows you to write, instead of 1 contract at a time, you can write 3 contracts at a time. Now, again, many of you out there who watch me all the time say, I'd like to be self-employed, Bruce. I want to live off my money. I don't want to have to work anymore. Okay, well, you're going to need some capital to make that happen. With Apple, if you do buy 3 contracts, say they're 115s or 110s or 120s, you could start writing 3 contracts at a time. And if you can bring in, $1 a week, $1.50 a week in premium shrinkage times 3, you're bringing the 3, 4, maybe more 100 a week on just 15 grand. We're bringing in 400 a week times 4 weeks. That's 1,200 a month on a $15,000 investment coming your way. That's 8% on your money, just to give you an idea. 8% a month on your money, writing options on Apple out of the money against contracts you have. You got $60,000 available to you. You can then grab, instead of 3 contracts, you can grab 12, I guess. 4 times as many. You can grab 12 contracts, writing 4 times as many contracts. Can you bring in $1,600 a week? Is that enough to live on? Can you live on $6,400 gross coming in a week? Less deductions that you're allowed to deduct and blah, blah, blah. You'll have a capital gain of X amount. You'll have a taxable bill, so much. But look, if you're making $6,400 a month in your job versus $6,400 a month of writing options, your job is at full taxation, right? With virtually no deductions. Here with $6,400, it's a capital gain situation. You might be better off. Also, those of you considering creating S Corps or C Corps, any kind of a limited liability company with maybe other assets in there, again, talk to your accountant about these tricks of the trade. I can't help you there, but there may be ways to bring in $6,000+ in income from 60-odd thousand bucks per month at a very low tax rate, net. Maybe you're paying 15% net tax on that entire gain, which might be only $1,000 a month in tax payable, and you keep $5,400 a month in your pocket. Can you live on that? Can you live on part of that and keep the rest into getting more contracts? Every time you get $4 or $5 grand together, you buy another contract, and then you're writing another contract. You're adding to the number. So again, can be done. Join the party if you like. Okay, Cindy, I talked my husband to buying IBM last year when you mentioned it. It is the only stock in my portfolio that is up over 13%. Cindy, it's a quality company. They're not going out of business, are they? No, they're not. Nick, my logic for shorting Texas is because of supply chain issues, but I guess I was wrong with that one. No, you were right with that one. You're right with it, Nick. You're beating yourself up all the time, and I get it. I understand it. 165.25 on the stock. It's come down again. You're right. You're absolutely right. It's going to be a problem for Texas Instruments and many other companies. I'm just looking forward to SoFi earnings tomorrow. We all are. I'm looking forward to all the earnings this week. I'm looking for something to turn the page. I'm looking for happier times. Some Hindenburg research is shorting TWTR, says Michael Level. The name fits Nick S. I don't know what that means. Let's see. SoFi has good news, says Cindy. Me too. Credit Savage. Remember the days were like SoFi is a triple handle stock in 2022. Today we'd have to cry if it hit $10. However, I did buy a few hundred more SoFi at $585 today and Matterport at $431, and you are scooping it. This stock is a triple handle down the road. It is a grower. I'm curious tomorrow night, like you all are, how many customers did they add to their list now? With all the services they're offering, and all the promotions they've been doing, they're a chartered bank now. How's it going? Oh, are we curious? Yes, we are. $5.90. That's where the stock is. $99.70 on GameStop, down $15. So what looks cheapest today? SoFi, Matterport, or GameStop? What do we all think? Well, that's all up to you. Cheapness is in the eye of the beholder. $4.20 on Matterport, down 77 cents. That is a huge haircut today. That is a big one. But look, $15 drop on GameStop and 53 cents on SoFi. Man, we got deals here. Cindy, I bought back all of my SoFi and Matterport covered calls. I'm ready. Glad SoFi has weekly options. There you go. Christina, thumbs up number 88. Bruce, that's my number right there. Thank you, Christina. BW, welcome to the 70s version 2.0, 2022, the next 18 months. We're going to be sucky. These are going to be sucky. Margin calls galore with hedge funds everywhere. Uncle Bruce, you got a good margin call story from your past you can share. Oh, man. There are no good stories. There are no happy margin call stories. There are carnage margin call stories. Absolute carnage margin call stories. Yeah, I tell you, I've seen so much. I've tried to forget a lot of the carnage stories because you don't sleep well at night when those are running around your heads. But I do recall. I recall evenings as an employee of the brokerage firm. As a broker, I recall evenings as the branch manager. When I had to think about 25 of my salespeople, what they were faced with tonight and tomorrow. I remember those stress-filled days, and I know that. One thing that Jennifer and I were able to do, by the way, the Dow's down 536, just to give you a heads up. One thing that Jen and I did, we never owned a house in our 20s or 30s or 40s. When I was in the business, we never owned our own house. We always were in like apartment buildings. And I made sure that when whatever apartment building we were in had facilities that could help me de-stress. And one of my favorite apartment buildings I lived in Calgary had an indoor hot, like a spa, hot jacuzzi with the bubbles. Always working. The management was just on top of this thing all the time, making sure it was always running. They had a steam room and they had a sauna available in the men's side, and they had the same thing on the women's side. And I would go downstairs after a long day on the markets. I'd go downstairs before dinner time, and I would be down there in the, I turn the steam room on and get the steam going, and it would take about 15 minutes to warm the room up. And in the meantime, I'd grab a shower, and then I'd go into the spa and into the hot tub, into the ceramic lined spa jacuzzi. And I'd have a big thing of Diet Coke to keep drinking, and I'd be just, bubbling away, and I'd be working all the kinks in my lower back and my legs and wherever it hurt, if it hurt anywhere. Otherwise, I'm just laying there and just soaking and getting loosened up because of the stress, letting it out. And then out of there into the quick shower and into the steam room. And I would sit in there and would just sweat and just breathe in that steam and let it out and clean out all the whatever, just whatever you got to do. And then come out and have a nice shower and put on my morning coat and grab my flip-flops and work my way back up to the unit. And I'll tell you, that was the savior. That facility saved me, because I didn't have to get in the car and go anywhere. It was in the building. It was an elevator ride away. I didn't have to worry about maintaining it. It wasn't in my own unit. I didn't have to clean it or anything like that. It was all looked after by management. Absolutely worth a little extra rent money. But that prevented, serious stress headaches and serious, more lack of sleep. I had enough trouble sleeping some nights, but this unit really saved me again and again and again. So margin stories, man, they were stressful. There were some crazy times that we had to go up against. But what can I say? Those are tough days, and it was. It's part of the business. It's the price you have to pay to be in this business, and there's no, there's no way around it. That's the way it is. All righty. Thank you all. Thank you for being here. DQ number 98 thumbs ups. Thank you. Very good question for Uncle Bruce. Cindy, I had to sell some stocks at a loss today because I was in a margin call. Don't buy on margin. There you are. Bright side, at least oil is fighting the $100 mark. Yeah, down $7 a barrel. It's 102 on West Texas. That's a good sign. I'm happy to see that. I'm really happy to see that. We're down 547 on the Dow Jones. It looks like we're at 99.59 on the GameStop. We've got SoFi now at 590, still down 55 cents. The S&P down 126, 3% drop. Look at the Nasdaq down 4.1%. That is a dunk. That is a dunk off. So we are going down here in this last hour. Obviously, now we've backed off so far. The Nasdaq 4% lower than Dow, 1.75 lower. So this Dow is 1,300 points is where it should really be right now. If it was matching the carnage on Nasdaq at the moment, that's it. Headline came through that the S&P 500 fell below 4,000 for the first time since April 2021. That came through. Well, that's what happens when you have corrections. You're going to set lower levels, which is the point of a correction. You have to have a low you haven't had in a while to kind of get people going, oh, maybe this is the bottom. People got to start thinking that way. FL, the one good thing about a down day is that the internet is filled with good memes. There you go. There, what good. There's something. There's something. Okay, 165.17 on Texas Instruments, down 228. Now, if we'd like to drop $4 more tonight, for our friend Nick here in the next 20 minutes. If this would politely go down to 161, I think Nick would be a happy guy. That would be good stuff. Down 568 on the Dow Jones Industrial. Credit. SoFi has become a fintech behemoth in Latin America through Technisys and also Galileo worldwide. Pagaya is already profitable, and we have the bank charter. Super Bowl numbers can be counted now. I like this. I tell you, I am a believer in SoFi long term, short term, medium term. The cheaper the stock gets, the bigger the deal this thing is. But we are dealing here with a lot of crap that is not the fault of SoFi. SoFi didn't create the Ukrainian war. SoFi had nothing to do with inflation out of China. SoFi didn't create a virus. SoFi, along with everybody else, is caught in this world. We're all part of it. We're all in it, and we all have to, kind of work our way through it. But eventually, hundreds of millions of investors out there will fully grasp the upside potential that SoFi has. And a few million of those hundreds of millions will take the leap into trying to buy some of this stock. And they will not get stock between $5.80 and $11.50 a share. By the time they figure it out and they come in en masse, this thing is running beyond long gone beyond that. And we're back into the 20s and 30s and 40s. But the prospects of the company's ultimate, the absolute prospects these guys have are huge, is massive. They've gotten 0.5% of the market. I mean, they can only grow by a factor of 200 more. I mean, they can become so much bigger globally. It's early days, but look, in an ugly market like today, I can tell you all the optimistic things in the world. It won't make a damn bit of difference. And if your mind is if you're so like this, you're not listening to what I'm saying. And welcome to the psychology of the markets. There you go. We did a class the other day with some of that stuff. Interesting. Yes. Oh, man. Cody, I like the coverage of financial channels much more on down days. That's when the arguments get spicy. What should I buy? I have powder, says Duncan. Cody decided to go with SoFi. Vilbus, if SoFi hits that triple handle eventually, then I'll be in the best financial shape of my entire life if you haven't sold any in the meantime. Can you write it out? Larry, hi all, and I'm number 109 on the thumbs up meter. Thanks, Larry, for being here, buddy, as always. Credit Savage. I sold some 12.5 Matterport leaps because I think the numbers tomorrow will not be great and guidance will go down. My average is in the 9s, so selling covered calls for 2024, I'm okay with. I use that money to average down. Interesting. Adventure with Duncan. Wow, look at that. Look at the Bitcoins. I don't want to look at them. FL, best one I read went from margin call in 2020 to short-term capital gains in 2021 to margin call in 2022. The circle of life. The Dow off 577. The selling continues. Nasdaq down 493. S&P down 122. Cody Vilbus, but only if you don't sell when it hits 50. That's right. If it gets to triple digits, hopefully you got them all. One way to keep them all is to write options and still write against them ahead. That way you have all the shares. It actually incentivizes you to get more. And the more shares you have on an upswing, the richer you get, the faster, the quicker you get as well. Rich. BW. So what you're saying, Uncle Bruce, is there's not a lot of space as of late in spas and steam rooms globally. Sharks swimming with sharks. There's not a lot of space as of late in spas and steam rooms globally. I don't know what this means. Vilbus, I won't sell. I will write covered calls on it. There you are. Vilbus, I'm stacking shares now, so I'll have lots of covered calls to write. This is the thing, you guys are systematically, a bunch of you are just acquiring more shares. And when you do start writing contracts, you're not writing 3 or 8 or 9. You're writing 20, 28, 40, 60, 90. You start writing 100 calls at $2 a call, you're talking some serious dough here. 200 times 100 contracts. Yeah, baby. That's going to happen. Franz, thank you, has become a new member of the channel. I wonder, is this a renewal, my friend? Welcome to the Chillin' with Uncle Bruce Club. Nice to have you here. Thank you. Um, Tiff says, last year I really had a bad day when my stocks fall deep. Today is still not a happy day, but Uncle Bruce and the Bagel family throughout, they helped me stay a lot calmer. There you go. Yeah, I mean, we're looking at a 564-day drop, and we're going, yeah, okay, whatever. The Duncan coin down 47. These things are off big time. Vilva's only been able to sell one GameStop covered call at a time. Has me salivating for the days of writing 30 contracts on SoFi at a time, amongst our other SPACs. If they get back to $10, there you go, friends. ATIP is tanking. It's a renewal. It is a renewal, Uncle B. Right on, buddy. Thank you for being here with us. So much appreciate that you're here. We will continue to stick it out. We're not going anywhere. 590 is the downdraft on the market. Texas Instruments 165.31 down 214. ATIP 147.5 down 13.5 cents. Rocket Lab is off 83 cents. SoFi 586 down 58. We got GameStop 99.51 down $15. Twitter down 191 to 47.89. Carvana $39, 747 drop today. That's approaching closer to 20% today. AMC down 122. Matterport down 77 cents to 420. Sextera down 110 to 1097. ME down 26 cents to 252. Spire down 27 cents to 140. Hycroft Mining down 22 cents to 131. Smart Rent down 34 to 402. Pfizer down 47. We got Hewlett Packard off just 11 cents. Robinhood down 56. Bannock down 11.21. Home Depot down 375. We got IBM 136 lower. We got Microsoft down $10. Apple down 6. Make that 5. Excuse me. Goldman down 332. Cisco down 32 cents. Facebook 676. Amazon down $115. Tesla is now down to Tesla is now down to $791, down $74. Google down $44 at this point. So yeah, it's red out there, no doubt about that. 581, the drop in the Dow. 122, the drop on S&P. 496 on Nasdaq, and oil down 734 at 102.43 right now. Okay, what else do we got here? I work for Wendy's. Remember when I asked if SoFi $5 was coming? Now I'm praying not to see 4. Well, we're 586 at this point. BW, sorry, I wasn't clear. The markets are so, you know what? Everybody's getting in spas and hot tubs to work out the game. I see. There you go. I got to admit too that this trip that Jennifer and I are doing right now, we're coming up starting this week. I have been keeping an eye on hotel situations in various cities we're going to stay at, and I'm trying to pick off hotels that have pools. I'm trying because we're going to be on our feet. Jen needs all the help she can get to relieve aches and pains. So yeah, I'm looking for hotels with spas and anything we can do to prolong our existence. Absolutely. Tiff, ATIP is only down 8.4%. That's one of the better stocks today. How about that, Scott? Lucky me, someone left 30 minutes on the parking meter. That means I'm in the green today. Living up the life, baby. Duncan, 84 shades. Christina, how can we not buy SoFi and Matterport? What we got to be crazy not to buy this stuff. Cody, I think as a new class of investors, we have a better attitude about bearish days. CNBC keeps trying to calm me down, but they don't realize I'm zero margin and I only invest in what I can lose. There you go. Cindy B, I think tomorrow is turnaround Tuesday. I feel it in my bones. Christina, I wasn't planning on buying anything, but they twisted my arm. Friends, I have a 116 stink bid on ATIP. It's 147. Is that too high, Bagel Gang? Laughing out loud. Christina, 100 Matterport for 419. Oh my gosh, look at that, 419 and a half on Matterport. The low of the day, 419. The low of all time, 419. Volume today, 11 million today. Wow, boy, are people giving away this stock? That is crazy. Giving away this paper. This stock, April 13th, 732. This stock on March 29th, 936. Wow, you got to be kidding me. This stock on November 30th, $33. What? Yeah. What is right? That is nuts. That is nuts. Wow. That's amazing. Just amazing. All right. Got the Dow down 620. And right now we're at down 620. The low of the day has been about 30 points more than this. We've been down 650 today. So we're getting close to the low of the day here with now looks like 15 minutes to go. So the question is this market going to hit a low of the day? I don't see a 400-point recovery building anywhere unless I'm missing something. Scott, 3 Twitter cash secured puts for $46 for June the 3rd. That will be a keeper, says Scott. Cody, clap. Duncan, good job, Christina. There you go. 100 Matterport at 419. All righty. The Dow down 624. Texas Instruments 165 on the nose. Welcome back, Nick, to the club. 165 on your Texas Instruments. 164.96 right now as this market keeps backing off in on the big market. 164.96 right now on this market. Down 643 for the index. GameStop 99.35. Beach Boy just made a donation to me. Hi, Uncle Bruce. Well, you were right once again. That 165 bid filled, so that's a gain. $5.40 on the 705 initial right. $12,960 profit here. Just thought you should know. Yay! I love it when people make money. Beautiful job, Beach Boy. Patience has paid you yet again for your time and effort. Because you think about how many days ago you wrote this. You could think about it in total time, or you can think about it in market time. Take out Saturdays and Sundays, and you'll figure out so many days I made this much money. That's how much money I made per day. And if I worked 8 hours a day, I'm making this much money an hour. And I think that's pretty good pay. I think that's a pretty good hourly rate, my friend. I think you're doing all right. Well done, my friend. Congratulations, and thank you. Always thank you so much for your support of this channel. 665 is the down dip on the Dow now. GameStop 99.08. So guess what Beach Boy's going to do now? He is waiting for a little recovery. Maybe tomorrow is Recovery Tuesday. Maybe we get a little pop in the markets in the first few hours. Wouldn't that be lovely? If GameStop wants to come up to 105, 110, 115, 118, guess who's going to write new contracts? Oh, I know somebody. Gabriel. There's so many of them out there. All of you out there, thank you. Michael Downs, thank you for the neat, and the thumbs ups. Nick, nice going, Beach Boy. Cody, thumbs. YouTubers who make people money. Adventures with Duncan, BTC down 47. Yikes. H. Gregory, waving, clapping, doing it all. Travis, what stock, Beach Boy? GameStop. GameStop is making him money. Good for you, Beach Boy. Everyone here makes money on GameStop. We all don't stop making money on GameStop, no matter what direction it wants to go. Just tell me which way you want to go. I'll be there. Scott, nice job, Beach Boy. Nick, folks, looks like I'm going to get to cover my TXN real soon. 164.89. I am waiting. Come on, Texas Instruments. Thanks, Uncle B, says Travis. You got it, buddy. Ron Williams still buying SoFi. Should be a positive earnings tomorrow. If not, we'll continue to buy. Have been offsetting downturn with SoFi / QQQ puts. DQ Travis Pankoff BB writes on GameStop. Let's see. That's Beach Boy. He writes on GameStop. Karim, nice going, Beach Boy. He does write on those stocks. We're down 662 in the Dow, 134 on S&P. We're down 535 on Nasdaq, 4.4% lower on the Nasdaq shares here. The Dow is not even half of that. So this Dow down 660, it should be down 1,500 points. The Dow is actually performing better than Nasdaq by a lot. Interesting, isn't it? Man, oh man, what a morning. What an afternoon. What a night. ATIP 146 down 15 cents. SoFi 580 down 64 cents. The low of all time, 579. We just had it. We're doing it now. 579 on SoFi, the all-time record low. Earnings come out in 24 hours. You got 24 hours to make some money. Wow, unbelievable. What can I say? GameStop, $99 a share. 15.70 down dip on the day. Twitter down $2 to 47.75. Carvana down 7.97 to 38.50. AMC down $1.20 to 12.40. We're down almost 10% on AMC today. Matterport off 80 cents to 4.17. Yikes. Cyxtera down 1.11. ME down 27. Spire down 29 to 1.39 a share. Haycroft Mining getting crushed, down 26 cents. Smart Rent down 36 cents. Pfizer down 60 cents. And Hewlett Packard down 22. There you are. We're down 7.25 on the Dow with 10 minutes to go right here, right now. FL, good as any time to cover my shorts. Goodbye, ARC and Carvana. Hello, Puts. Hello, Aflac. Quack, quack. Jules, $2.99 donation. Thoughts on ATIP earnings today at 5 o'clock? I have no idea what's going to happen. I have no idea. We'll stick around to see what they have to say. They'll come out after the market. They'll do their conference call later, and we'll just see what ATIP does. The volume today on ATIP, 892,000 shares. That's all. It's just people selling minutes before the earnings come out. And could there be a turnaround Tuesday? I don't know. We're down 760 on the Dow. I don't know if we're going to have a turnaround Tuesday right away. We may have another red opening and then a turnaround in the day. Could that move ATIP to 175, 180? Could it move it to $2? Could it keep it here at 150? I don't know. SoFi tomorrow night earnings, we're at 579. You tell me the rationale for someone selling this company that is growing so quickly the day before earnings that have been, I think, good in the first quarter. I don't know. Beach Boy, thanks for the support, people. It's a road best traveled in the company of good friends. Exactly, my friend. SSR at SoFi now. How about that? No shorting tomorrow on SoFi of any aggressive nature. That should be interesting. That should be very interesting. 98.31 on GameStop now. 16.39. Wow, what a day today. What can I say? Down 750 on the Dow, down 146 on S&P, 3.5%. Nasdaq down 569, 4.7% with 8 minutes to go in this session. That's where we're at right now. And we're negative. No question about it. No question about it. That is what's happening here. Duncan, 129 thumbs. Thanks, buddy, for the thumbs ups. All of you who've been able to find a thumbs up for me, I appreciate it. If you can find one, hit that thing for me. Give the show a little more momentum. I'd appreciate it. We'll hold our hands and sing Kumbaya by the Turnaround Tuesday campfire, we hope. See what this market wants to give us. Can it get better? Can it? Please. Come on. You know you can do it. You know you can go up market. You know you want to. Come on. Oh, man, I don't know. We'll see what happens here. We have a lot to follow. Down 758 on the Dow right now. Boy, oh boy. Thank you all for subscribing, becoming members, renewing your membership. And those of you making support donations, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Whether they're super chats or PayPals, you guys are great. Thank you. 731 on the down dip on the Dow here. 6 minutes to go. Oh boy, is the entire stock market going to get delisted? That's what Not Your Daddy's Doobie wants to know. Travis, I'm thumbs up 131. Thank you. DQ, Uncle Bruce, when will the entire market get delisted? Beach Boy. And for the 99th time, we just get what Uncle Bruce throws your way and study it and try it. It's worth the investment of your money and time many times over. Thank you, Beach Boy. We are working with you, and the results keep coming, don't they? They just keep coming, and we just grind away, and yeah, that's the deal. FL Turnaround Tuesday, more like Terrible Tuesday. DQ Turnaround Taco Tuesday. Eat a taco, turn around, go back to the bathroom. Turn around Tuesday with the taco, going through the system or the burrito. Duncan's laughing. BW, is there a chance Noto and Co will pull a fast one and shock earnings? We'll find out. We're minutes away tomorrow. 24 hours and 10 minutes away. 24 hours and 20 minutes away. I guess we'll know all the answers on SoFi. What can I say? Chase is laughing out loud. Turnaround Taco Tuesday. Down 682 on the Dow. We got 5 minutes to go right now. Texas Instruments 164.58. Look at the Texas dropping here. 164 hit 164.13 already. It's dropping here. 164.75. It has been dropping. Interesting patterns. ATIP 145.9. Rocket Lab 564. SoFi 582. Hit what? The low was 570. 579 was the low. Now 582. And what else? GameStop 98.29, down $16. Twitter down $1.80 to $48. Bargoon down here. Carvana now down $7.80 to $38.66. AMC down $120. Matterport 416 on Matterport. That's the new low. Yet again, another low, down 81 cents. Wow. What else? Sixter down 115. ME down 27 cents to 250. That's got to be the low. Yeah, 250 on ME. That is the low. Trading at 25 cents on the initial dollar. And that is what the insiders of the company paid. That is what Richard Branson paid. All the insiders of that company took $10 stock. They put their own money in there at $10 on the PIPE financing to fund up that company. That company's sitting on a mountain of money. I bet you that stock is trading at cash or awful darn close to it right now. ME market cap 1.1 billion. Okay, it's not 1.1 in cash. Probably what, 300-400 million in cash. Wow, this is crazy. But this is the market right now. It's a crazy market. We're down 649. We're down 611 on the Dow. A little attempted slight recovery towards the very end of the day with 3 minutes to go. Maybe the beginning of a turnaround Tuesday preview. I don't know. Turn over the table Tuesday. What can I say? H. Gregory, the last 2 times I bought back GameStop around 100, it shot up to 120, then 170. Is there any way to prevent getting hosed by a run up on GameStop? Time will tell. I don't know. We're now 605 on the Dow. The GameStop 98.50. Let's see what it does tomorrow morning. Give it more time. Look at that GameStop. Oh my gosh. Where are we? Someone just bought it back up. Let's go. Nasdaq coming back a tiny bit. Cindy, with Rocket Lab down over 13% today, I don't get how my January 8th and 10 covered calls only went up 16 and 19% respectively. I need to buy them back and sell at a closer expiration. Rocket Lab. January, I don't get how my January 8s and 10s. Well, Rocket Lab is now 567. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that's not happening either. Let's see. What a day. Shorting should be illegal. Falafel Tuesday wins. SMH. And bought 200 Spire with 2 minutes to go and 123andMe today. Robert, I'm number 140 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you, sir. Stephen, Nick S. is the guy that doesn't have money to pay for Uncle Bruce's classes, right? Oh, he was there. Oh, he was there. 164.92 down 253. FL found another good one. Turns out you need cash flow for the discounted cash flow model. BW. So Matterport and SoFi are on the SSR for earnings tomorrow. A real question is, will SoFi go down and meet Matterport, or Matterport find a way to creep up to SoFi? Most SPACs over past years are now under 10. DQ, no liquidity, no one's trading those options. And Duncan, don't forget me. There you go. Don't forget Duncan. 164.78 on Texas Instruments, down 267. The Dow down 669 again on another little pullback coming into the final minutes. It had a little bump to about 600 now, 669 on the downside with 1 minute to go. We've got SoFi at 592, a little recovery there, a little tiny blip. GameStop 98.59. We got Matterport at 416, ME at 251, Spire at 138, Smart Rent 396. Wow, we've got some deals there. Unbelievable. Vanik down 11.75 to 220.92. Wow, what a run, an awful ugly day. It is. Let's get it out of the way though. Let's get it out now, and let's move on from here if we can, please. We are about done. What a day, Larry. Thank you, buddy. We are done for the day. Coyote, I got another 100 Spire at 139. Well done. Yeah, let the bleeding stop, says Larry. There you go. Thanks, buddy. Michael, wow, what a close. What an awful day. We were down 653 on the Dow. Final, prints coming through now. 164.94 on Texas Instruments. We're under the 165 barrier. Will the stock drop $5 tomorrow for Nick and go to 160 and make him a bunch of money? ATIP down 15 cents to 145.5. Rocket Lab 567 down 85. SoFi 597. We went from 579 to 597 in the last 5 minutes. After hours, trading at $6 right now. SoFi trading at $6. GameStop 98.97 down 15.73. Twitter 47.99, a little bump at the end there. Carvana down 7.73. Man, oh man. Matterport closed at 4.17, 1 penny above the low. Now it's trading at 4.20 in the aftermarket, 4 cents higher on Matterport. Unreal. 23andMe 250 was the low. It's trading at 251 right now in the aftermarket. It is cheap. What can I tell you? 138 on Spire, the low of the day. 138, not going anywhere. Down 30 today. Wow. What a day. Down 26 on Hycroft Mining to 128. Not good. Smart Rent 399. The low was 391. Man, oh man. 900 plus thousand volume there. There we are, guys. There's the deal. Now we've got, I guess, ATIP tonight coming up with earnings. ATIP should be coming up with earnings apparently. And then tomorrow, SoFi and a few others all this week coming up with results, I guess. What are those results going to be? That is the question. GameStop closed at 98.80. They're trading at 99 right now. That's the story right now on this market. Let's see. BW says, geez, a story on CNBC that Yellen says financial system is working well despite the potential for continued volatility. You don't say, moron. Guess we know who, along with Pelosi, sold puts in 2022. Maybe they're smarter than you are. Have you thought of that? Duncan, hi, John. Hi, John Mellencamp. There you go. Texas down to 164.94. Texas Instruments, the aftermarket 164.94. No change at all. There you go. 653 down dip on the Dow. Final numbers. All right, there you are. I don't have any after hours trading on ATIP. I got nothing at this point. Don't know how long it'll take and what the results will be and whether anyone will even notice because of this ugly down day today. Wow. Sheesh. We are watching what we're watching. Okay. Actually, we're just going to kill that over there. I'm going to go over here. Ooh-wee. There we go. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Head over to there. After hours trading, SoFi is up 4 cents to 601 now. GameStop is 99.62, up 82 cents. AMC up 21 in the after hours right now. Get this refreshed through. Up 24 on the after hours for AMC. Matterport up 8 in the after hours to 425. Nothing on ATIP yet. No volume at the moment. We're up 42 cents on Apple in the after hours. We're down. Goldman still down on the day. It was down 4 on the day and down 3 in the aftermarket. Not sure if I should believe that. That might be on a very small little share trade. Cisco down is up 29 cents in the after hours to 49.23. Tesla's up 38 cents. ARC is up 3 to 41.16. Microsoft up 69 cents to 265.27 on the after hours. We're up 14 on Pfizer, down 3 on HP, up 74 on Carvana, down 11 on Twitter to 47.89 in the after hours right now. Excuse me. There we go, and refresh this. All righty. S&P ends below 4,000 Monday for the first time in over a year. There you go. Dow loses over 2% today. And, of course, Nasdaq lost 4.29% today. It took the hit today. It was the big dropper today. ATIP, still no trades in the after hours at this point in time on ATIP. Okay. Yeah, nothing new out on ATIP at this point. All right. All righty. There we go. Man, oh man, what else we got going here? FL, Congress outperforms the S&P because they're very smart people. Imagine how well they would do if they were not wasting their time making laws and stuff. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, if GameStop dips more, it might become a bargain or what? We'll see what kind of resistance we have tomorrow. See what kind of a bounce we get. We got things to watch and options in at the ready when we need to. When we're going to write, we'll be ready to write. Man, oh man, Dow Jones down over 4,000 points since the beginning of the year. AW, I'm thumbs up 151. Daniel, I sold a cash secured put on SoFi today for $6 strike. It's expiring this Friday, only $50, but worst case, I have another 100 shares at $5.50. So there you go. Scott, exactly. Duncan, not from Taco Bell. France, results are not as great, but they are on par. Okay. Let's see what's going on. ATIP, earnings are out. Where are we at with the stock here? Don't know if we have anything going on yet. Hang on. ATIP, no trading that I can see on the stock. Excuse me. Let's see. Yeah, nothing yet. No. Okay. Yeah, just waiting for announcements to come out here on the stock on ATIP. Here we go. First quarter financials have come out. All right, here we go. Let me see if I can get this to pop up here. Okay. ATIP, the largest single branded outpatient physical therapy provider in the United States today, reported fiscal results for the first quarter ending March 31. As previously announced, Sharon Vitti stepped into the role of Chief Executive Officer, joined the board of directors. We're excited to welcome her to the family. Chairman is saying that during the quarter, we continue to make steady progress on multiple fronts and ramping the business. Mr. Larson continued, we saw increased therapist retention with annualized clinician turnover declining 900 basis points quarter over quarter to 28%, approaching historical levels. Moreover, referrals and visits are trending favorably. Visits per day in March of 2022 were approximately 22,600 per day, the highest volume month since the COVID pandemic first began impacting visits in March 2020. Joe Jordan, Chief Executive Officer of ATI, said, while the impact of COVID variants in the first 6 weeks of the quarter impacted visit volumes and contributed to earnings losses of the quarter, we are confident with the momentum we're seeing in referrals and visits, and we are reaffirming full year guidance. First quarter supplemental tables of key performance metrics through the first quarter. Let's see. Net operating revenue was 153 million compared to 155 million in the fourth quarter of 2021 and 149 million in the first quarter of last year. So they went from 149 to 153. It's a decrease of 1% quarter over quarter, but an increase of 3% over the year. Visits per day, 21,062 compared to 20,600 in the fourth quarter and 19,500 in the first quarter of last year. That's an increase of 8% over the year. Okay, what's VPD? I don't know what that means. Let's see. The increased muted Omicron wave. The rate per visit, they were generating $103.06 per visit compared to $104.51 in the fourth quarter and $107 in the first quarter of 2021, a decrease of 1%, 4% over the year. The decreases were due to the 2022 Medicare physician fee schedule, which introduced a 0.75% decrease in overall rates and an additional 15% decrease in rates paid to services performed by physical therapy assistants. The year-over-year decrease was additionally due to an unfavorable mix shift in payers, states, and services. Salaries and related costs were 87 million compared to 88 million in the fourth quarter and 80 million last year, which is due slightly to fewer clinical fewer FTE and increases. Part-time salary, PT salaries and related costs per visit were 55.47 versus 55.73. Rent, supplies, labor was 51 million versus 47 million versus 43 last year, an increase of 8%. Supply labor contract was reading a lot of stuff here that I can't understand here. Provision for doubtful accounts was 5.1 million compared to 7.2 million last year. Okay, selling administrative general expenses were 30 million versus 29.9 million versus 24 million a year ago. Non-cash goodwill implemental charge 116 million. Due to increase the discount rate, don't know. Income tax benefit was 23 million compared to 5.4 million. Income net loss was 138 million compared to 1.7 million in the fourth quarter and 17 million last year. First quarter 22 net loss included significant non-cash items. Notably, these are non-cash items: goodwill and intangible asset impairment charges of 155 million and a decrease in fair value of warrant liability and contingent common shares of 26 million. This is SEC forced stuff. This is non-cash write-downs the SEC is making them take. So it looks terrible, but it's SEC done, made. All right. Alrighty. Increase in cash was $46 million. Operating cash was 26 million compared to 30 million in the first quarter. Investing cash use was 8.7 million, with 12 new clinics open compared to 8.8 million in the first quarter, with 10 new clinics open. Financing cash generation was at 81 million compared to 5.6 million in the first quarter of 2021, a loss. Okay, they added 77 million to their balance sheet after payment of transaction fees. Cash and equivalents totaled 94 million, and the revolving credit facility was undrawn with available capacity of 48.8 million. Net of usage by letters of credit equaling 143 million. They have a lot of liquidity there. Notable achievements: opened 12 new clinics in existing states, including Arizona, Georgia, Texas, and no clinics were closed. This brings the total number of clinics to 922. The company continues to capitalize on growth opportunities in individual markets while optimizing its footprint and financial return in local other markets. Let's see. Guidance. ATI reaffirms full 2022 guidance for net operating revenue to be in the range of 675 million to 705 million, adjusted EBITDA to be in the range of 25 to 35 million, and new clinic openings to be approximately 35 for the rest of this year. first quarter conference call will be held, and they're talking about the forward statements and so on. So there's just a lot of stuff here to try to interpret, a lot of codes. The stock doesn't look like it's trading on the aftermarket at all, or is it? Oh, yes, it is. Or is it? I don't know. I don't know if it's trading. Hang on. ATIP, no trades in the aftermarket. I don't see any trading. 145 last trade was on the bell, down 16 cents, 9.94%. That's all I've got. In case anyone has any comments, let's see. Meeting dates in Europe. Hang on one second. Visits per day, says FX. That's what that means. All right. Well, there you are. The company is not losing as many therapists as before. Good. They're obviously hiring like crazy. They've expanded 12 new clinics. That's a company that's growing in this environment. The only downside is this lower payments through Medicare, Medicaid. I kind of wonder, what's the government thinking here with inflation at 8%? These guys have getting less money per visit, with higher costs everywhere else. You got to wonder just what's up with that. I really wonder what the deal is here. Will they go to more of a, still allow patients to come in under Medicare? But if the Biden administration is going to expand this, is this going to increase revenues for the company? I mean, I'm curious. How does all this play out? I don't know. Investors shunned or stunned by ATIP can't even fathom trading on the aftermarket or something. Jay sounds positive. Michael, I watch ATIP closely. I don't see them trading on the aftermarket much. Yikes. Duncan, Maneater. Michael, yeah, sounds good to me. I mean, this is a business that is not going away. I think we're trading at 140 down to nickel. I think we got our first trade. This is a business that's not going to go away. Physical therapy is desperately needed by how many Americans? I mean, tens of millions, obviously. And I can imagine that a lot of these folks are being sent to these physical therapy centers maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, maybe twice a week, depending on post-surgical outcomes and ongoing physical therapy needs, all that kind of stuff. Trade is starting on ATIP. So, these guys are going to be generating, visit after visit after visit after visit. The question is how much of the business is completely reliant on Medicaid? How much is not reliant on Medicaid? How much is negotiated between themselves and insurance companies? How much are there any, customers that go to these centers and have to pay a $10, $20 cash fee, and the rest is covered by insurance? How does all this work? I don't know. I'm not an American myself, and I'm not part of the healthcare system of the United States. But I mean, ATIP's customer base is getting bigger. The backlog, I'm imagining the backlog of people who need physical therapy and haven't had any is huge. How many folks have been, not been able to get their hips replacement surgery, knee replacement surgery, other elective surgery? The list has got to be a mile long, like it is in Canada. There's just got to be a whole bunch of folks who are waiting to get looked after. Anyway, why is SoFi tanking? I don't know. What can I say on SoFi? Anyway, right now it's 552 down 44 cents. I have no idea why that is doing that. Let me take a look at something else over here if I can get another little peek at SoFi. 551 a share right now. No idea. There's a couple of articles here. One says, don't expect much from SoFi's earning report, says somebody on Investor Place. Earnings previews came out, but these, I'm not sure how old or fresh these announcements are. So I don't know. Let me take a look at this one article. Don't expect much from SoFi's earnings. SoFi's results are unlikely to move SoFi stock in either direction. 2 hours ago, SmartRent reports its first quarter earnings on Tuesday after the markets close. If you own the stock, I don't think you need to worry about any negative surprises. The big elephant in the room, the federal student loan moratorium extended through August, and its effect on the business here has been already factored into the share price. I also don't think you can expect much in the way of a home run quarter. So if you're looking for a sign tomorrow that the stock's about to turn higher, you might be sorely disappointed. While the company's three major segments, lending, financial services, and technology, will all deliver growth in the first quarter, it comes with a 14-cent loss, according to analysts' estimates. In early April, SoFi lost more than 10% in a single day on the moratorium extension announcement. Since then, it's lost another 31% in a little more than a month. As I write this, the markets are getting hammered once more. So the S&P 500 is down 2.3% in less than 2 hours of trading. SoFi didn't adjust its first quarter guidance despite all the doom and gloom. For the entire year, it cut revenue by 6% from its previous guidance of $1.57 billion to $1.47 billion, while cutting adjusted earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization by 44% to $100 million. Even with those cuts, its adjusted revenue is expected to grow by 45% in 2022, while its adjusted EBITDA triples and margins double. The last time I covered SoFi in April, I discussed how it remains a big position in the VanEck Social Sentiment ETF, which invests in 75 large cap stocks that get the most online buzz, but not all the buzz is good. It's essential that tomorrow's earnings report and conference call work to keep investors engaged in SoFi's story. If you own SoFi, the best you can hope for tomorrow is that Noto provides more clarity about the company's future growth beyond student loans. I don't have any doubt he will. Unfortunately, it's unlikely to help SoFi in the short or near term. This is an opinion that came out several hours ago, a piece. Is that reflective of the stock? I don't know. Right now it's 564. That's just bounced up a little bit here from the where was it a little while ago, 550 range, 554. Now it's 561, down 32 cents. We'll see tomorrow what it does. Too early to tell. Back to ATIP in the after hours. We're at 140 on no volume. There's no volume, 4 shares. So we don't have an accurate market at all on ATIP. And there's nothing to talk about there. They will have their conference call probably in the next few minutes. We'll see what they have to say. I won't be here with you live for that. We'll cover that tomorrow and see what the market wants to bring us one step at a time. Anyway, SoFi being pulled down by UPST apparently, says Nicholas. Difference is SoFi is a bank. UPST is not a bank. Well, there's the thing. I'm curious about SoFi tomorrow, not talking about the quarter we had. I'm talking about the quarter we're in and the next one because of higher rates, the fact that they're now a chartered bank. This is the first time they've talked as a chartered bank. And this changes the future prospects for these guys in a whole different way. Obviously, if Biden does make an announcement at his alma mater, that speech is coming up later this month, not too long from now. If he announces some kind of a student loan forgiveness, write down something program, or he attempts to go to Congress and the Senate with some kind of a deal on this thing or some kind of a proposal, we're going to find out what that is. What does he have in mind? If he has in mind a $10 or $20 or $25,000 forgiveness of student loans, that might wipe out, half of all loans outstanding or 3/4 of, I don't know the number. I've heard it's big. For SoFi, there will be analytical discussions about how many millions of dollars this means coming into SoFi's hands in one shot to wipe out all these debts. I mean, these loans will be paid out in full, whatever they're owing, up to $25,000. For SoFi, that could mean hundreds of millions of dollars coming in the front door in one big fat check from the government, which allows them to reallocate that money into their business through all the platforms they have: margin accounts, credit cards, personal loans, car loans, home loans, mortgages, on and go. Nice. I mean, it capitalizes up SoFi by a lot of money, which they can, they can leverage that through being a bank to lend out billions more. That's a good thing. To me, that is a very positive good thing for SoFi. There's analysts out there who have short-sighted, blinders on, who are not looking at the big picture of SoFi. It doesn't help that the day before SoFi releases their earnings, we have a market like today. It doesn't help. But it could be an interesting day tomorrow. If we have a bit of a recovery Tuesday going on tomorrow, maybe we will, maybe we won't. But if we did have a recovery Tuesday going on tomorrow, and SoFi does reach 625 to 675 on a momentum move because of the day itself, and then their earnings come out and they're perceived to be, positive, and the outlook is perceived to be reasonable and optimistic, and it catches the imagination of a lot of investors going, this stock should be bought down here. Maybe we're into the sevens by Wednesday or eights. Would we be happier? We should be happier. Will we be satisfied? No, we won't be satisfied, but we'll be happier. Yeah. So maybe it's the beginning of the beginning. Like Churchill said, it's not the end of the beginning. It's the beginning of the beginning. And it's the, maybe we got better times coming. One thing is for sure, I'll be here. I think you'll be here watching with me. So I welcome all of you to the party tomorrow. Join me tomorrow morning before 8:30 if you're a Gold Bagel member. Join us first thing in the morning when I do my trading alert. We'll talk about the pre-market and how it's looking and what happened overnight in Asia and what's going on in Europe. So please come on by. Let's see what's going on. And thank you all. We'll start at 8:30 tomorrow morning, and then we'll follow the markets again tomorrow. How about that? Let's make more money tomorrow than we did today, and we'll add to the gains. Does that sound good to you? I think it sounds good to me. Let's see what happens. Thank you all. Alberto, in 2 years it could be over $35 a share. And wouldn't that be fun? Won't that be fun? Just think about the premiums that you'll be getting when you're writing, say, $38 contracts on a $33 stock, or you got a $36 stock and you're writing $40 contracts and you're bringing in $250 premiums. Some of you guys are buying this stuff right now at 5 something. I mean, really? Oh my gosh, that's going to be fun. 35 or more. Yeah, Duncan, 35 or more. Anyway, folks, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you. I got to get ready for my other channel, Traveling with Bruce. Join me tonight, 8 o'clock for the big show. If you want more Uncle Bruce, we're going to be talking about traveling over there, because I'm going to be talking about traveling over there. Thank you all for being here today. And hopefully you had a good day today and you survived it. Okay. We'll see you tomorrow on this channel. And we'll see if we can make some more money. Thank you, everybody. As far as meet and greets go, it looks like London, it's going to have to be May the 14th, Saturday. I don't have a location yet. I'm not sure if anyone is interested in London. Amsterdam looks like it's going to be something like, oh gosh, it's going to have to be something like Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that, May 24th, something like that. I got to figure that out. Then there's Berlin from June 1 to June 7. Jen and I will be in the Berlin area. We'll see if we can get something together there. And I'm still working on booking cities after that. So we'll keep you posted when I know more. But yeah, we'll see if we can do any meet and greets, and I'll update you as I can go. Okay, guys, have a good evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Ciao, Uncle Bruce, says Larry. Bye-bye, says Michael. Thank you, guys. And we'll talk to you all tomorrow, guys. Okay, later, Steve, you betcha. Have a good night, guys. Take care, and bye for now.